Hello, welcome to Lisa Boone Designs. I wanted to go over this new journal kit that I created. I actually wanted to do it last week and I actually set up an event to do it. And then my client came to pick up her furniture and my husband came and we had to record the podcast, the weekly podcast, which just came out. Actually, that we recorded for Monday. So I apologize. It was absolutely crazy. And then it hit me the next day that I didn't go live to showcase this. And I had a couple people ask me about it. And I was like, I promise I will go live and I will talk about it. I'm going to go ahead and just make sure. I've had a lot of technical issues today. Sorry, everything is shaking. I'm just going to check to make sure that this is live and that everything is working, that I have sound. If you're watching on replay, I apologize for this. Let me know that you're watching.
My husband came and we had to record the podcast, the weekly podcast. Everything is working, that I have sound.
Let me see. There's mute. Okay, perfect. Hey, Stephanie. Oh my gosh, I've been trying to get on here for an hour and could not get on. So anyway, I want to go ahead and go over. I created like a bunch of these kits. Like they're all really, really cool, I think. If you're new to junk journaling or journaling, this is just a kit to get you started. And I put it all together and then I decided to add a few more things to it. So I did that Wednesday. I added more. So I'm glad that I didn't do my live like I had intended. Okay, perfect. Thank you for telling me that. I wanted to go live. I don't know. I scheduled it last week at some point, and then I'm glad I did it because I started thinking. I'm like, oh, I want to add this, and I want to add this, and I want to add this. I didn't change the price. The price is the price, but I wanted to add a few things. So, all right. So you're gonna get it. It's gonna come just like this. Like it's gonna come like this. I know there's a delay, so I'm gonna hold on a second. I had to do all kinds of funky things to do the two cameras, and so there's gonna be a delay. All right, so when you open it up, I've got two of my washi tapes that I have designed. I put two of them in there and they coordinate. So it's the floral ones. Let me see. Maybe I can do it. I don't even know what to do anymore. There we go. Like my cameras are set up so wonky. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the camera's here. There we go. So I put these two. I have 9 designs, and I think 5 out of the 9 have scripture on it. So I just chose 2 of the basic ones, the floral, and they coordinate with each other. I love that. This is black. I'm not sure how it's coming out. I didn't put my ring light on. I probably should have. All right. So let's go through this kit. It's on my website. I didn't even think about this. I could. Could I do this? I don't know if I have to have journal. I think I have to have. I think it's under kits. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about this. Okay, so this is it. If you're interested, this is the kit I'm talking about. It's $20. It's all you have to do if you're interested in this, type in cart 100. Cart 100 and it will send you an automated email, a message. Now, I don't really know how it works on YouTube because I haven't had anyone jump on YouTube and purchase anything through this system. So I know how it works on Facebook. On Facebook, it sends you a message and you can confirm it and then you can add it to cart and you can finish checking out. So I'm not sure how it works on YouTube. I would love to know though if you wanted to try it. So this is cart 100, okay? So $20. There's this beautiful, so I have 2 sections. I'm going to go through this one. this beautiful handmade mulberry paper. I love this paper. So my thought is, okay, I have 3 stacks. I forgot. Okay, I have 3 stacks. I have these large paper clips, and there's reason for them. I'm going to go through it. All right. I'm so excited about this kit. I plan to do a whole tutorial, like playlist, creating this junk journal. How I would do it. There's no right or wrong way. There's all different kinds of ways, but I figured I would just do videos and show the process of me using these items. I thought maybe it would be helpful, especially if you're new to creating journals. You're going to get this little package. It has waxed thread in there. It has the book cover, the edge covers. It has 2 little gold, do you remember those things like if they're metal fasteners, like to create like a little pad kind of, and then an actual needle, like a large eye needle. I love this. Okay, and it has 2 of these paper clips, and this comes in handy when you're binding so that you can keep all of your papers together. So I have, look at this lace. This lace is super, super soft, super soft. Let me see if I can get it in both cameras. I don't know. There we go. It's hard to get it in both, but that's what it is. It's got a yellowish color, so I try to keep everything very neutral. I absolutely love this little lace trim. And then I have some burlap trim. And then this other burlap trim. I think I have a turkey hangover. My brain can't get going on anything today. I barely had any. I went to my mother-in-law's. I was not even gonna do anything with Thanksgiving, but she wanted to do something because, well, my father-in-law is really sick, and so she wanted to do a little something. The lace is pretty, so she cooked. I made rice and beans because I'm Spanish, right? But she actually asked me to make it. She likes it. So okay, these 4 little pieces of paper. Just you can make it into a journal spot. You can use them as little pockets, whatever. So there's 4 of these. This is so textural. Can you hear it? So can you see? Let me see. It looks like linen. There you go. You can see the texture there. So cool. I love this. I forget what this is called, but this is another handmade paper. Look. Can you see? It's see-through. Like it's see-through. And look at the fibers. Let's see if I can. I think you can see it better this way. Isn't that cool? Hey, Diana, I'm going through the journal. You just came on at the perfect time. So we're going through, there's all these little papers, and then 2 half sheets of cardstock. And look, I love collaging and making the journals very neutral, and then you can add color, like, you know, throughout if you want to. But I love this envelope. So I started saying in December, at some point, mid-December, I'm going to start creating with this kit to give ideas. So that's that mulberry paper. So look at how big you get. And so you can cut this in pieces, you can cut it smaller, you can leave it this size, whatever you would like. And then I love different sheer papers. So this is like a parchment paper, and see it's super thin. And this is a tracing paper. So I like using the different sized papers. I like creating different textured papers or having different textured papers. So that's this. So these are all the different papers here, and then the laces and the trims. All right, and we went over the little packet with the needle, the wax thread, the little corners, the fastener, and then you have this big clip. So that's the first packet. Then the second one has, well, and I may have packaged them differently. I may have just done 2 packets and the other ones. So this is what I decided the other night. I was sitting there and I added to the kit. So originally I had the kits all done, ready to go, and then I decided I want to add more stuff. So this, I'm gonna open it. Okay. This is just 2 old book pages. Love the texture. I like, again, when I make journals, I like different size papers. If you don't like it, you can use it for collaging. Then there's a big concordance. I got 2 pages that I added. And you know what? This one has 3. Because sometimes I'm supposed to have 2. Sometimes papers get stuck together. So you might get one like that. I don't know. So that's that. Then this paper. Can you hear the train? So obnoxious. So here's like a white, but I like this paper because it has the stamps, and so I figured this would add interest. If you folded it in half, you could have some interesting things. Then I added vellum because I love vellum, and it kind of plays with that tracing paper and the parchment paper look. But you can cut this up in strips. You can make all kinds of things with it. Super, super cool. Then look, this large. I remembered, this is what got me thinking, because I remembered I had this large, it's from a musical or a play. Like, it's not a playbill, but it was something similar. And so this is massive, large. So you can kind of see it's large, and I did 2 pages. So you can cut this up, you can fold it in half. And then I remembered I had this book with just this plain paper. And so I ripped it out of the book. You can see the holes, right? Can you see the holes where it was sewn in? And maybe you can see the holes there. Can you see the holes? I don't know. And so I carefully cut the thread, and so you get one of these, okay? And so I'm excited about this, and I can't wait. Everyone does it differently. There's, like I said, there's no right or wrong way. And then this was the original. So I got these specialty papers. This is like, I'm gonna put this behind. This is some kind of a craft artisan paper. Even though it has those red lines, it's Asian. It's meant for you to write on. So you get 2 of these like this. And this is how they come. So you get 2 of these, and this has like a ripped edge, which I love. Okay. So that's that. And then this specialty paper, it looks like it's coffee dyed, but this is how it comes. And look at how large. So this is how large it is. Again, you can cut this in so many different ways and utilize it. But I love the brown. I usually try to put brown in, like, I use brown craft paper and everything. So this is like some nice writing paper. I got 2 of these. 2 of these. Well, actually, did I give? Well, it's supposed to be 2. I guess I did 3. So 2 of these. I'll take that one out because when I go to do it, I want to do it exactly. And then this is really nice thick paper. That's super, super cool. You can use that for any different ways, like, you know, belly bands or pockets. You can use it so many ways. So then you also get 1 chipboard. So when I create my journal, I'm actually going to cut this in threes, and I'm going to have one spine. So it'll be, something that you can fold. And then you can add whatever other papers you want to it. But I think it's going to be so much fun. And so, again, all of this is $20 for this kit. And again, it has all the essentials, the clips so that you can help bind. It has the needle, the laces, all of that stuff. So, and then I'm going to create some videos that we'll go through and create together. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so I'm going to put this all the way over here because I do not want this getting messed up. I didn't even announce I was going live. I've been trying to go live since 1 o'clock, but I had like so many issues. It was so dumb. All right, so now I want to go ahead and, is this dry? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it is. I went ahead and I sealed it. This is how I left it on Tuesday, okay? Let me see if I can just not go. See, it's not going to fill up my screen because of how I had to do this. So I think I'm going to do that and see how it goes. All right. You don't have to see me. Oh, and then don't forget too, you get the 2 washies. Diana, there's 2. You have my washies. You have all of them. Please save me one. I'll pick it up at the shop next week. You can, they're here at Mad City Carpet Barn. I don't have them at Now and Then. They're right here in the corner of West Arch and Dempsey. I don't really have space to put them over there, and these are primarily for shipping, but you are more than welcome to come here and pick them up. I'm here 10 to 4, except for Wednesday because I'm over there. So if you want, don't hesitate to come over here. I've got all the kits here too that I made. I've got all my washi here. I just don't have a way to display it, and I'm kind of full, and I'm trying to think about how I'm going to change things up. So I just have them all here. All right, we're going to add feathers and wings, okay? So I'm going to take my cornstarch, and I'm just going to fill up the cavities with cornstarch because I've got clay in here. This is shaking so much. All right, so I I usually try to get all of the clay out. You definitely want to get clay and cornstarch out of your mold if you're going to use resin. I toyed with the idea of using resin, but then I decided no, I want to use clay. All right, so okay. Just trying to get all of this out. You don't want the hard clay in your good soft clay. So what I'm thinking is, just if you missed, it says, he will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. So I probably should recap. So this was a napkin. I decoupaged it on to this wood blank. And we did a raised stencil using the flexible chalk paste by Posh Chalk. Hey Joyce, how are you doing? And I created a really cool custom color. Actually, I have them right here. Using this Oops color, a little bit of this brown Oops color, and Cowgirl Coral by DIY Paint. Okay, and then I added a little bit of watered down Perrier just to fill in some gaps. Then today, before I went, and then the background is crinoline, and I added some crinoline all around as well. So now I want to add feathers because I wanted to add layers of texture. I'm glad you're well. That's awesome. All right, so now we're going to take Iody clay because guess what? It's the best clay. There isn't a better clay than this, honestly. And not just because I have it. It's just I really believe it. I can't get behind anything that I don't believe in, so I wouldn't recommend it. All right, so I'm going to stretch this out. Did I put cornstarch in there? I want to make sure I fill it up. You don't have to put cornstarch, but I'm going to tell you what. When you do put cornstarch, it releases so much better. And if you don't want any cracks, then go ahead and use the cornstarch, because the more that you keep it without pulling and tugging at it, the more that you keep it in here like nice and firm, the less likely that it will crack on you. I personally don't have a problem with cracks because then it makes it look old. But if you get like an excessive amount of cracks, which I have before that I didn't want, you can add more clay to fill it, or you can add some paintable caulking in there. Now I've talked about how I actually I've used this to fill up holes in hardware. I used it in my own crown molding where my husband didn't cut it right. And I was like, no worries. He was frustrated. I just filled it with this and then just sanded it once it gets hard. So then you just flip it over onto its back, and then it just kind of, well, I broke that with my nail. It just pops right out. And I can glue that if I want to. Maybe we won't. All right. So let's go ahead and create. I'm going to see. I don't know how many I want, but I definitely want the different feathers, the different size feathers, the different shapes. So I just usually try to create the shape of how much I need. And then I just use my thumb and I just push it in there and just remove the excess. There we go. Okay. And then I use my thumb. See, it just remove that excess. If you have not tried the clay, please, please try it. It's so much fun. I love it. I love it so much. I think I put it in inventory. I need to double check. I do have extra clay that I didn't bring to the store because I have it in boxes. I was gonna make some kits for the workshop, so I didn't put it into the store because I didn't want it to sell. In case I got some kits ordered from the workshop that I did for the Christmas ornaments. So I actually have them at my house. I need to check to make sure I put them in inventory. One pack can really do a lot of molds. Now the Juliet mold, I'll be honest, that one is deep and it takes a lot of clay. You want your back to be nice and flat. Look at that. Holding it weird, but I don't know. There we go. You want it to be flat because of the glue. Y'all, I'm tired. I know you can tell. I'm so tired. I did the stupidest thing on Wednesday. Like it's my choice. Like I never open the store on Wednesday. So at Now and Then, and I've been there for like what, 4 or 5 years, I can't remember. And they were only open Thursday through Saturday. So when I came on, part of the deal was I was like, well, my problem with there is that I was going to rent another place, and then I had been waiting on this little store right next to Now and Then that they own to rent it, and the lady wouldn't leave. So I found somewhere else to rent, and I was going to do it. And then they invited me to join them at Now and Then. And I was like, well, I can't because you guys are only open 3 days, and DIY requires 4 days a week. You have to have a store that's open 4 days a week. So they're like, that's not a problem. You can open the store whenever you want. Treat it like your own. You open it, whatever. So I was like, okay, that's awesome. Well, every Wednesday that it's, before Thanksgiving, it's just slow. And I'm like, there's no point. And I usually cook a lot. This year, it wasn't in my radar because I could care less about Thanksgiving. This year, I just didn't want to do anything. And so, typical, we don't open because I don't want to open. And that's my day. And then we usually obviously close on Thursday. And sometimes he'll open Friday, or sometimes he'll just open Saturday. Every year, whatever we want to do. This year he decided to open Friday and Saturday. So I was going to do the marketing and everything for it, and I thought I had another week for Thanksgiving. Yes, I have put it in the freezer before. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Look at that. Look at how thick, too. Can you see? So I took Ari to work because my other daughter's using my car that Ari uses. So we've been struggling and sharing and, So anyway, I took her to work at 9 o'clock. I got to the store early. I was eating breakfast, got myself some breakfast, and I'm just sitting there. And Ari sends me a text message. She's like, I just saw the post. Are you at Now and Then? And as soon as she said that, even though she wasn't making any sense, I knew exactly what she was saying. And it hit me that it was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I got all dressed up, makeup, everything, dressed. And it was Wednesday. I wasn't supposed to be there. I was supposed to be chillaxing at home. I haven't had a day off since before we went to Colorado. And I've just been exhausted. And I'm like kind of done, Have you ever been there? Like I have no energy. I'm just done. And I was so mad at myself. Oh my gosh. I was so mad at myself. Like my one day and I ruined it. And then I thought, well, no big deal. I can still get home. It's not even 10 o'clock. I can get home. It didn't work out that way, y'all. It did not work out that way. I had a whole bunch of drama happen, and it was emotional and frustrating and so many emotions. We have a lot of rental properties that I manage, and we had a major issue with this one. And so I was literally running up and down town. I went home and then I had to run back out. And then I hate when I'm home. I want to stay home. And because I don't get to stay home much. And I had to do laundry, I had to cook, and I had to clean. And I literally was in and out of the house. Like I never got to sit still because we had so many issues. And then we finally are sitting down. My husband and I we're gonna have dinner. And guess what happens? Another tenant calls that we had to fix the pilot light in because he didn't know how to do the pilot light. He's a new tenant in the gas oven. And so we had to get up at 7:30 and go to the house. We were just so done. I was like, what in the world? And then, of course, yesterday I was all over the place. I'm like, man, I just need a break. You ever get that way? I just need a break. So tired. All right, I need another one of these. So I grab more clay. You want your clay to be nice and consistent. Yeah, but if you want to fill all of this cavity up, you could easily put it in the freezer, let it get frozen, and then put it in a Ziploc bag. You can do that with a whole bunch of molds. Like if you just want to watch TV and make a whole bunch of molds, you can do that and then put them in a Ziploc bag, like I said, or a container. And if you want to use them, then you just take them out. And I'm going to move this a little bit. You take them out, let it defrost a little bit, and they'd be just as pliable and moldable as if you had just created it. And then you can go ahead and put it wherever you need to put them. So that's a fun way. Like if you just want to sit there one day watching TV, creating molds, that's an easy way. Especially if you have a really, really large project. See how it just easily comes up? The best way though, I'm not showing you the best way. The best way to do it is this way. You just kind of pop it and let it fall out. Usually, if you have a lot of cornstarch, it falls right out. There's a balance. You don't want to put too much because then you can't, it starts popping out before you want it to pop out. So what you need to do is not put too much. So you want to definitely get the excess out. Let's see. Oh, maybe one of these little ones. Yeah, the little ones are so cute. I like using these when I do my angel wings. That's usually when I use these. Otherwise, I don't really use this one that much. But I love having all of the molds. I love having them because there's so many things that you can do and create. Okay. So let me know, what did you think about the junk journal kit? I've been wanting to do that for a really long time. And I don't know how many of these I'm going to use. I'm just creating a bunch of them and then we'll see. We'll place them. Oops, the wrong way. I wasn't paying attention. Just putting a little bit of cornstarch in there. It's kind of like, when you make a cake and you flour and grease your pan. Just makes it easier to release. And I keep my mold, my clay that is in the container, in a plastic. I keep it in the plastic container. And then I put it in a plastic bag so that I can reuse it. And I try to grab all of it so that I don't waste any clay. And then I just put it all together and I keep it in here. I try to take out all of the air, and it's better, see, I keep it in the actual IOD bag. I find that it's better to do that because sometimes the air can get out and stay in this bag, but I just squeeze it all the way, get all that air out. Now, I have to be careful with all of these little pieces because I definitely don't want this to go on the floor and then me step on it and then it sticks to the floor. Do you solder? You can solder around IOD clay and the back. Okay, that's interesting. I do have a thing, but I've never used it. But that's good to know. There's so much that you can do with IOD products, right? All right, so let's look. I don't necessarily want them in this arrangement. Maybe like this, like a combination. And what's cool is that you can bend them. Sprinkled. Hey, Aracelis, ¿cómo estás? Girl, it's nice to see you. You can get these and layer them. You can have them go like this, go on each other, and create more texture however you want to do that. I think I'm going to go like this. Okay, so this was the stem that broke off, but see, I can always glue that, and I can curve it because it's still really moldable and pliable. And then, like, I have that one going down, but I'm going to have this one going this way. And let me see. This one's going that way. Maybe like that. Maybe. I think I like that. I'm good, praise God. I love this. Thank you. Thank you. I think I didn't bring. All right. I think I can do it on this. I might use this product. Look at that. Do you see that shimmer? I'm about to show you what that is. This is just what this is the paper that comes with the inlays. I like to use them for different things, but I had used it to capture. I was working on something, and when I saw the design, I was like, oh, I'm so using that in like a collage or something like that. I love that product so much. Yes, I'm gonna tell. I'm going to see if I can get any glue out of here first. I'm actually going to do this first, and then I'm thinking about, because I wanted to add more pink on here. I don't even know if I have glue, y'all. I hope I have glue. Let me see if I can get enough out. There's some in there. I just need to get it out. And this is my favorite glue for the molds. It's the Titebond Quick and Thick. Aracelis, what's your background, your ethnicity? I'm gonna ask you a question about food, depending on what you say. Well, no, I'm gonna ask you anyway, but I'm just curious. All right, so I'm gonna take this. Did I have it like this? I think I want this like this. I think I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna let it curve. So you do want to be careful, when it curves, because if it starts breaking, like I said, don't worry. You can. I have cut bottle open. Oh yes, get the last bit of that glue. Yes, yes, girl. Rican, Boricua. Okay. Well, the other day I was talking about, like, I had such a rough day the other day, and there's this Mexican. I'm gonna do it like that. There's this Mexican store, like a bodega, and I've only been there once or twice. And the other day, I was so stressed out, I needed a minute. And so I ran in there because I had gone last week and it was closed. And it's hard because I'm at the store. So, like, I can't go to certain stores because, everyone's open around the same time. And they grew. They had so much stuff. So I got yuca. You like yuca? I was so excited. I got some yuca and some other stuff. I got a papaya. I think I'm going to separate this one. I'm going to just put it right here. See, I always lay it out and then I change it. I change it up. And then the lady's like, "Are you Cuban?" And I was like, "Yeah. I'm half Cuban, half Dominican, right?" So I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh, I have this casabe torta." And I'm like thinking, casabe torta. I'm like, okay. Every country says things differently. And I'm like, I don't know what she means by that. But I said, "Show me, show me, show me." And yes, fried. Yes, yuca fried. I love yuca fried. But I like it like cooked with the onion too. Like, it's a lot of work though to make yuca. But anyway, um, so she shows me, and it's casabe. And she was like, all the Cubans that live here, they come here because we all of a sudden we have this influx of Cubans that have moved to this small little town, which cracks me up. And I was like, what? They're eating casabe? And I didn't know, like, it's a Dominican thing. Like, I grew up on it, and I've never seen any other country eat it like that. And it's just like this. It's crunchy, and it's sold in a paper sack. Pasteles de yuca. Yeah, this is a little bit different, and it's like crusty, and it's, oh my god, it's so good. It's very, very different than anything I don't even know how to compare it. And we always took it and we put olive oil on it and a little bit of salt, and then we would toast it, and it becomes super crunchy. And then we would have it with coffee. So I was wondering if you ever, because when she told me the Cubans were doing it, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know they ate that, because all the Cubans I know don't. So all my friends from Miami, they're like, do you want anything? I'm like, can you give me some casabe? And it's made from yuca. It's like grind, like shredded yuca. And then they turn it into like a big kind of toast. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. You have to look for it if you've never tried it. It's so good. I love it. And what I like about yuca, it's a starch, but it has so much fiber in it. So it doesn't like mess with your sugar or anything like that. I love that. Because it slows everything down. What is it again? Casabe. Yeah. Sometimes it'll be casabe with a V, but sometimes it's with a B. I have to take a picture and send it to you. So I have even ordered it on Amazon before because when I get desperate, like there's something too that the Cubans will get for me when they come. It's queso tropical, it's the fried cheese, the white cheese that you can fry. Dominicans live off of that. I had a lot of Puerto Rican friends and they didn't cook with that. But I love it. And then there's the tropical that you could have just raw like that with salami and the Spanish crackers. Oh my God, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it all. I really need some Spanish crackers. I tried ordering some on Amazon, which I have before, and all of a sudden the price went up and it was like 30 something dollars for one bag. I mean, they sell them for like $2 or $3 in Miami. Everything is so much cheaper in Miami, the Spanish stuff. Yeah, I'll definitely have to send you a picture of the casabe. You have to ask your mom. She might know. All right. So here we are. Just adding that texture. We did that raised stencil all around with Mara's stencil. And now we're going to add this. And I probably should have painted them before. But we're going to go ahead. All right. But I might not actually. I might not. All right. I want this to dry and set up just a few minutes. I pulled out some Posh Chalk metallic paste in white gold and then this rose gold. Is this hard? It's hard. Let me see if I can reconstitute it. I don't know. I love this stuff, but it dries out quick. But you can add water, so I don't know if I can get it softer or not. I use this on several projects. I'm just gonna let this sit here. I might not be able to use it this time, but see, like that pink color I wanted to add. But I did find a little bit of petticoat pink. It was drying out too. Might be able to use some of this. Look at that, it's thick. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have grabbed one of those paper plates. Okay, I'm gonna put some here and then get some water. See how thick? Look at that. Well, you will know and Joyce would know. Look how thick. That is thick, thick, thick. But we're gonna water it down. So New York, Puerto Rican. Where did you live in New York? I don't know if you've told me. You may have told me this already. All right. I'm going to add some pink. And what's great about adding paint, and I seal this, so I could always wipe this up. When you add paint to your molds, it helps it not to crack. So if you are worried about it cracking, it kind of slows the process down a little bit. And I'm okay with getting a little bit on here. Oh, you know what I did not get is baby wipes. Hold on a second, y'all. It's right here. I just have to get some right here. Oh, it's right here on the counter. I'm gonna definitely add some gold. This is just Spanish Harlem. Girl, I was born just around there. I live in the middle of one Colombia, South America, and a Puerto Rican. Oh, so do they share food with you, Joyce? You know what's so interesting? Joyce lives in South Carolina, where I used to live. I can't spell today. It's okay. All Latinos in that area. Yeah. I lived in Greenville, South Carolina. So when I left New York, I moved to Greenville, South Carolina. And okay, wait, let me do this. Let me go back. Wait. Uh-oh, somebody's coming in. Dang it. Why would somebody come in now? Hey. All right, I have somebody here. Hold on. Hello.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, I just want to look at some
Florence. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get off. I have a customer here, and I have to tell you the story. But what I was saying is there was nobody Spanish in Greenville, South Carolina when I first moved there in 1997. And now there's so many. It's crazy. But I will finish this. I won't work anymore. I'll do this live, and maybe I can do it on Monday. Sorry, guys. Thank you guys, though, for watching and joining me. I can't believe you live in Spanish Harlem. That's so